A&M about to boot it away to start this game. And he takes this from inside the 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. The Yellow Jackets offense will have the football first. Time for an early look at one of our Heisman Trophy candidates, and while this award certainly caters to quarterbacks many times, Jesse, this guy's proven to be worth all of the attention.
Yeah, he's delivering. And remember, David, there was a lot of preseason hype around this guy each and every week.
Breaks into the open. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Yellow Jackets!
Yeah, these offensive coordinators tell you they want to start fast and they want to establish the run game. That is exactly what you did. First drive, you hand the football off, making the big explosive run, setting the tone for this football game.
Getting ready for the extra point after the first score of the game. And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0. If only it were always this easy for the offensive coordinators. One play, big chunk yardage, put points on the board just like that. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Aggies offense taking the field. First chance we have to see them today. They are going to be greeted rather rudely, I guess, by a group of defensive linemen that wreak havoc and hunt down quarterbacks, Jesse.
And they wreck games. They take away everything you do offensively. So it's a huge challenge in this one, David, for this offensive coordinator to try to call plays and find ways to get the football away from these big fellas up front, because they take games over.
And get the ball out quick. Like when you've got a defensive line that can penetrate, that can get TFLs, get sacks, it's going to be on this offensive line to buy a little bit of time, but also the ball to come out quick, win in the secondary right now.
Well, just nothing doing on that last run, and they knew coming into this one they were going to be challenged, right? This is one of the best defenses in all of college football. For them to have any shot, they're going to have to do a lot better running the football.
And an absolutely fearless tackle, giving up size, still got him on the turf. Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. Picked off. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
And that's got to feel good, and that's a play this young man is never going to forget. His first interception of the season. Great job reading the QB's eyes and getting to the football.
Georgia Tech offense rolls back onto the field. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. He breaks a tackle. And a 9-yard gain on first down leaves him with second and short. Here's a quick throw out to the left. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. Now on first down from the 28. Quarterback making checks. They'll move the tight end. Looking to throw on first down. Quarterback on the move, still looking. Got it! He gets it in! Touchdown, Georgia Tech!
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points. Because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Texas A&M offense goes back to work. They haven't exactly burst out of the starting blocks, and they need to get something to get. Intercepted! A first-half turnover can swing momentum. He goes. After the short return, but what a play to get the football back. Great place to start for this offense. Got his man quickly. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks.
I'll tell you, this guy has to get touches early in games. They're doing a good job of that right now. He's so dangerous once he has the ball in his hands. And I think if you're on offense, you move him around and you find more creative ways to get him involved.
It's complete to the right. And he'll take it in and house it. Touchdown, Yellow Jackets! How efficient have they been as they extend this lead here in Week 5? And the extra point is true, and the lead balloons to 21.
Offense slips the running back out of the backfield. Nobody decides to cover him. My man makes the play. Shows off the hands first. Got to make the catch first. Does the rest. Walks in the end zone for the touchdown.
So here comes the Texas A&M offense back onto the field. Off the play fake on first down. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively, for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick until you find that play or that scheme that you can use against this defense.
And he was hit just as he released. Falls to the turf. The Aggies send out the punt team to kick it away. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. Gets his first one of the day away. Might be a little stiff. They only used him twice in that loss a week ago. He's got great speed. That nifty return sets up the offense and negates some of the yardage on the punt. Georgia Tech has the ball back, and here comes the Yellow Jacket offense. And he's stuffed by that big defensive tackle up front. They could not have drawn up a better start than this, already up 21-0. Pressure coming. Here on third down. Quarterback may change this route. On third and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. Finally corralled, but not before. He picked up the first down.
On third down, offenses have their plays. What they like in third and short, what they like third and medium, third and long. Great job by the offense having success. Now it's incumbent upon the defense to learn their plays and try to shut it down throughout the game.
Rush is on him. Bought a little time, lets it go. It's complete. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few. Backed up now. Here's second and long. Back to pass. Here comes the heat. Touchdown, Georgia Tech. They went for it all, and it paid off with the score.
Man, what a picture-perfect start to this football game. Like, offense doing their job, defense getting the ball back, and this offense, I tell you what, it is an impressive unit to watch. They were good on tape all week studying them. They're better in person, and they are out the gate strong in this first quarter.
attempt the try. And the extra point makes it 28-0. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Boys, expect the unexpected in college football, and for some, this update could fall under that category. Iowa State just wrapped up 4 quarters worth of dominance on its way to a never-in-doubt victory. And that's really the standard there in Ames. That's a tremendous fan base, and they'll enjoy this one all week. All that speculation all week, and now we know. But something tells me, fellas, we haven't heard the last of either of these teams.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. Leaves it with the running back. Stopped in the backfield, and that'll be a loss of 2. The Aggies now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Guys, we've reached the end of the quarter, and Georgia Tech has the lead. They came out and jumped on them early in the first. Let's take a break and look at the first quarter stats. Big turning point as we head into the second and get this game rolling again. Had a chance to talk it over during the break, and they'll start with second down. Defense showing heavy blitz at the line. From the gun, the running back tries to hit the hole. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. Here they come, facing 3rd and long from the 40. From the gun, wants to pass. Caught over the middle. It's Sargent. He's going to come up a couple of yards short. Down. Texas A&M will have to boot it away. Second time today they've been forced to punt. Gets it away, solid distance, but more importantly, trying to keep it away from that return man.
Dude, how about that boom? I mean, you talk about power. That dude just booted that thing halfway across the field, completely flipping the field position and getting it down inside the 10. That is a nice job by that punter.
The Yellow Jackets backed up deep in their own end, trying to create a little space on first down. Turning it on! And they get him out of bounds after an explosive run, just chewing up yardage along the way. And the Yellow Jackets just got that huge run. They love another explosive play. Throws toward the end zone. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers.
I know one of the things this defense really prides themselves on is being physical, and early in this game, putting a big hit on a guy that's already had a couple catches in this game, that's a good omen for the defense.
Defense needs to regroup as he gets it down to the 26.
Man, that's a really nice read. This offense has had a lot of success with the running back getting the ball, right? Running the pitch. The quarterback doesn't anticipate that. He keeps the football, makes a nice read. Nothing but green grass, makes the big play on the run.
Wants to throw on first down. He'll try to do it himself. The freshman called his own number and kept this drive moving.
And he's just proving it time and time again, man. He has that feel. He obviously has the ability to pick up and put him down and go get first downs. But I think the timing of when to scramble and when not to scramble, he's really got that figured out. And you can tell it's going to be a big part of the game for him.
That completion will take them inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. Wants to go up top. Touchdown, Yellow Jackets! Nice catch and good work afterwards to get it into the end zone.
Really nice job working the route, getting himself open. He was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
And they tacked on the extra point. They're set to kick it off. Do you think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? Here he comes from inside his own 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. So here comes the Texas A&M offense back onto the field. That last drive fizzled out, Jesse. They had to punt it.
Yeah, they did. And, David, they're just going to have to do a better job this time around erasing the mental mistakes.
And just trying to solve the defensive riddle, understanding what they're trying to do to you and attack them.
They say tight ends are a quarterback's best friend in the pass game because think about it. The tight end's the guy lined up closest to the quarterback, which means generally those are the easiest throws a quarterback has. You saw it on that play.
Yeah, and this is a day he would want to forget. This is a day he wished didn't exist. It's been miserable. You've already thrown 2 interceptions. You just tried to throw your 3rd, but the defense didn't cooperate. But get those feet set before you try to throw the football.
That's caught. It's Coles. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. Come to the line at the 42, facing a 3rd and short. He wants to throw it again. Tosses it incomplete.
You can just start to sense the building for this offense after that incompletion. Right now setting up 4th down. They haven't yet scored a touchdown. They just can't find a rhythm in this game. Obviously the defense, the big reason for that, but if this offense wants a chance to win, they have got to start stringing some completions together and get this quarterback in a better rhythm.
The Ramblin' Wreck offense rolls back onto the field. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. They'll start this drive going to the air. Right on the money. Up near the 40-yard line, they'll mark it at the 39, a pickup of 15. Down to 2 minutes before the half, and they'll take the timeout and see if they can add a little more before the break. They'll snap it from the 39, 1st and 10. Quarterback on the keeper. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7. Tried to pound it on 1st down. Now back to the line. They'll run play action. And the quarterback is toast back at the 35.
Well, obviously, at this point in the first half, the defense is finding themselves in a hole. And you just get the feeling if they're going to get back in this, they're going to need more plays like that. They're going to need sacks. They're going to need turnovers. They're going to have to create negative plays to get themselves some momentum.
Put it where only his man could get it and gave him enough room to get the foot down. A huge pickup on the play before he goes out of bounds, but the question is, will it... And there is a penalty marker on the field. Probably the toughest call on the play sheet. 3rd and long. Ball's at the 25. Oh, they're after him. Escapes trouble. Nice move to pick up yardage. He is not going to get there. Stopped short of the line to gain, and it'll be 4. The Yellow Jackets send out the punt unit. First time we've seen their punt team this afternoon. You'd think they would have had a good chance to down that one deep, but the bounce carries it into the end zone for the touchback. They'll move the wide receiver. They'll run the RPO and fire to the right. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. And the Aggies come to the line in the hurry-up. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. Gets it out fast. He's out past the 35. And he gets it to the 44-yard line. It'll be a 1st down. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. He'll get rid of it. It's caught downfield. They get him down at the 36. It will be a 1st down. The Aggies come to the line with a new set of downs.
And you see so many smart wide receivers, so many smart tight ends nowadays that they know where the holes in those zones are, and they work with their quarterback, and they find them, and they sit down at them and make big plays. It's tough to sit back in zone against such smart players nowadays.
No good. Hoping to cut into that lead, and they did not. The lead is huge.
Well, they knew coming into this game touchdowns were going to be real hard to come by going up against this defense. So when you got opportunities to kick field goals, you've got to come away with 3 points. You're not going to get these chances very often.
Just enough time for one final play in this half. To the air on 1st down. Pocket breaking down. Takes a hit as he fires. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Gentlemen, what else is new? A really raucous environment there in Atlanta. And how can we begin our analysis of that first half without singing the praises of one of the elite backs in football? Racking up huge numbers on the ground, even throwing the occasional block. This kid is the total package. And if this defense doesn't adjust its strategy, he could be headed towards a career day. With that said, let's send it back to the 5th oldest venue in college football, Bobby Dodd Stadium.
Thanks for that breakdown, Kevin. And the Yellow Jackets will kick it away to start the second half. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Texas A&M has it back, and we say howdy to the Aggie offense again. Nothing went right in that first half, in the first order of business here. He puts a lot of air under it down the sideline. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch.
This is a situation here in the 3rd quarter this offense did not want to be in, facing a top 10 defense. Units in the entire country. They didn't want to get down on the scoreboard like this, and all of a sudden have to throw the football when the defense knew that was going to happen. The incompletion there is not a big surprise. This defense knows what's coming, and it's all because of the points right now on the scoreboard.
On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down. The Aggies send out the punt team to kick it away. Coverage team was down there to corral him. They made the stop, and they'll mark it at the 39. The Georgia Tech offense rolls back onto the field. Quarterback making adjustments. Looking downfield on 1st down. Makes the grab at the 10. Touchdown, Georgia Tech! And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
And this offense is clear. We're not done. We got the lead, but we're going to come out in this second half, and we're going to be explosive, create some big plays, and they do. On the first drive, setting the tone, saying we are going absolutely nowhere.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. And the offense takes over to dip into its bag of ball plays. Looking to throw on 1st down. Catch in the middle. It's Combs.
I like the slot receiver because he gives his quarterback a good option working the middle of the field. He's a nice weapon in this offense.
Off play action. Unloads to the wideout. Makes a connection. Gets it to the 46-yard line. 1st down for this offense. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Out of the gun. The running back has it. Found enough room to get it into enemy territory. They're down at the 43-yard line. After an unproductive first half and opening drive of the second half, the offense finally finding a little something to jumpstart them. They've got a 1st down. Good pickup, a little bit short of the sticks. And the Aggies in a good spot here with 2nd and short. From the gun, the running back has it. And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it. From the 36, a 3rd down, and you wonder if they're willing to take 2 plays to get the 1st. They'll try to bully their way for the 1st. They got 0 push up front, and they stopped him in the backfield. Texas A&M will have to boot it away. They may have to pay him overtime. He's punting for the 5th time today. And that one will bounce and roll out of bounds. Let's see exactly where they mark it. Georgia Tech has the ball back, and here comes the Yellow Jacket offense. He lets one fly deep. And that'll be incomplete. They tried to hit him with a big one on 1st down. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. He'll keep it himself. May not be the most memorable play of the day, but it's important as he gets him out to the 25-yard line. The Yellow Jackets come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to keep the drive alive. On 3rd and short, they'll try to pick it up with the pass. Quick strike complete. And he'll be run out of bounds, and these guys are piling up some serious yardage totals. And the Yellow Jackets have it with a 1st and 10. Unloads it left. Just a bit of a misfire there as they can't make the connection. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. They'll throw again after the incompletion. Keeps looking downfield. Across the 35. They just gashed the defense on that one, and they've got it down to the 23. The Yellow Jackets are moving quickly down the field.
Really nice job on the scramble that time. He saw an opening. He went out and got the 1st down with his legs. He's killing this defense right now. Throwing it. He's now doing it running as well. Anything this guy wants to do is working.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. There to stop him after a pickup of 1 to the 22.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
And the defense had that one well covered, just a short gain there.
A nice job of awareness on defense there on that third down. You know, you're expecting the offense to throw the football, but it's not just going to be receivers or tight ends you got to worry about. You got to keep your eye on where that running back is. They knew exactly where he would be, and they were able to make the tackle.
They got him for the sack, and now get the ball back after the fourth down stop. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. It's complete to the left. He picks up the first down, brought down, but not before he put that dude in a blender.
That's a huge throw for the offense, but they're down by a ton. They're going to need a lot more of that, and it's not going to be easy considering the defense knows they're probably going to be throwing the ball every play here in the second half moving forward.
That's the end of the period, and Georgia Tech has the lead. And this beatdown is close to completion as we reach the end of 3. Let's take a look at how we got here. I guess if you're an optimist, the stage is set for a massive fourth quarter comeback. They go back to work with a first down in the final period of this one. D showing blitz, they might be bluffing. Here's the pressure. Time running out, and he goes down at the 34. The Aggies have put themselves in dire straits after that last play at 2nd and a mile. Looking to fire. Just a short pass to the tight end. And he's able to shed one tackle and gets a pretty good pickup. They'll come to the line at the 42, facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Nowhere to go, and the ball's loose. A fortuitous turn of events to keep possession of that one. The Aggies send out the punt team to kick it away. And these guys have been busy. 6th punt of the day. Wants to return it. And the punt team able to sling him to the ground. The Ramblin' Wreck offense rolls back onto the field. These last couple of drives, Jesse, have been about the defense making clutch stand.
I think for this offense, they can stay aggressive knowing that their defense is going to bail them out time and time again here.
Yeah, and especially when you go for those fourth down situations, you do that a lot of times because you know your defense can make...
Oh, he's ready to take a shot. Got it in stride inside the 20. Ripping off a huge chunk of yardage, and he's got it just outside the 10. They say it's still a game of field position, and that last one just flipped this baby. They've got it 1st and 10 in the red zone. Wants to go up top on first down. Plucks it out of the air. They've got it down to the 3-yard line. Really well done on that throw and catch. Looking for a chunk play on 2nd and short. And the pass is incomplete, but it might not matter. Flag is down, and it looked as if the defense was roughing up that receiver. This offense needs all the help they can get today, and that pass interference penalty is a much-appreciated lifeline. And after that penalty, the defense is almost out of real estate to defend. It's 1st and goal on the 1. Quarterback sneaks ahead. And he is stopped immediately by the big defensive lineman. The play action fake. Under fire. He can't make the connection. It'll be incomplete. He can scramble but couldn't create anything there.
And I'm not surprised they're letting him throw the football down here near the end zone. Like, that dude's been really, really good. And you can trust him. They trust him in this offense. Great job by this defense playing the pass, breaking on the football, and making sure he doesn't get another touchdown.
That just never had a chance as they controlled the middle of the field and stopped him in the backfield on 3rd down. So on 4th and goal, already with the lead, but they'll try to salt this thing away with a touchdown. Back swinging for the goal line. Touchdown, Yellow Jackets! The offense puts up 6 for that trip to the end zone. They build this fourth quarter lead, and they are just minutes away from going 5-0.
And honestly, it's been about complementary football in this game, right? We've seen this offense go up and down the field. They've been lighting up the scoreboard, but the defense has done a great job, too, getting off the field and putting their offense in really good position in this game. The head coach has got to love what he's seen on both sides of the ball today.
So the kick goes out of bounds, and the ball will be placed at the 40 to start this drive. They're going to open this drive with a pass. Fires to the right. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down.
The offense came into this game knowing that for them to win, they were going to have to make some big plays throwing the football. That just has not been the case. Here in the fourth quarter, they've been held to less than 200 passing yards, and that's really the story of the game, guys.
Right back up top on 2nd and 10. Works the middle of the field. They stop him at the 42, but they're on a roll with a pickup of 15 and a first down. Last completion moves the sticks, and let's see if they try it again. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover.
And if you're the... You might want to stop throwing that guy's way. I mean, you knew coming into this game, David, he's one of the best corners in the entire country. He's already been picked off twice now. He is literally living in this quarterback's head.
Rush coming in hot, and they got him at the 29.
This defense, they are tenacious, and they've got guys up front that are athletic and that are so strong and then can collapse the pocket. You saw it right there in that play-action attempt.
And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it. Ball's at the 29. Defense can taste getting off the field. It's 3rd and long. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down. No signs of any kind of kicker as they'll leave the offense out there to try to move those chains. Fires to the wideout. Makes the grab. He's got a first down. They've got it to the 49-yard line, and they'll move the chains. And the Yellow Jackets getting set on 1st and 10. Looking to throw, it's Peck. Got him downfield. He gets it to the 31-yard line. A big play for this offense. This offense absolutely humming as they come to the line again. Fires left. He makes a catch. And he makes a completion. They're set up and in business at the 20.
Well, he was putting up big numbers coming into this one. He knew the quarterback was going to go his way early and often. And with that last catch, he's now got over 500 yards receiving on the year.
Firing to the right, complete. That one takes it down to the 13-yard line. 2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity. He wants to change this route. Wants to fire on 2nd down. Got his man to the left. They make... at the 2, but he's got enough to give them a 1st and goal.
You know, the defense, they just haven't been able to find an answer for this guy throughout the course of the game. Obviously, he's got 2 touchdowns, picks up the first down there. They've tried doubling him. They've tried man coverage, zone coverage. Nothing working on defense. They can't stop him.
Quarterback now on the run, still looking. And give him another 6. Grabs him for a touchdown, and the blowout continues.
With that last touchdown, they remain undefeated. What can you say about this offense? Most explosive in the entire nation, and they're coming in, I think, every week with the mindset that we're just going to outscore everybody. We are okay going into a track meet, and that's really what we saw in this game today, but opponents just cannot keep pace with them and all of the athletes they have on the offensive side of the ball.
On the move from inside his 5. And good work by the coverage team to knock down the return man. So the Texas A&M offense returns to the field. This one has pretty much been a bludgeoning, but they'll try to finish with something positive late.
Well, they ran into a buzzsaw today, and I don't think it would matter what type of X's and O's they're out there executing, David. Jimmy's and the Joes, they're just not as good as the opponent team.
And as an athlete, it sometimes hits you in the face and it stinks, but you're not good enough. And today they were not good enough. And I'm going to do the best I can to try to flush this down the toilet, not remember it, forget it, move on for the next game. Maybe it's something right here I can create positive that carries over to practice and maybe next week.
Well, this one had all the suspense of a bug hurtling his way toward a windshield, and they did splatter them, an absolutely dominating performance.
Got to give the coaching staff a ton of credit. They obviously had their guys ready to play and motivated right from the opening kick. All three phases we saw, just spectacular football. No mental mistakes, David. You really can't play better than that.
Nah, it's really fun to do this. Come out and just dominate opponents. Start from finish. Nothing to worry about. You just know you're better. You're going to do you, put up a bunch of points, and win by a lot of points.